There were 3 widows, and every one of them had a son apiece. Domhnall was the name of the son of one of them. Domhnall had 4 stots, and the rest had but 2 each. They were always scolding, saying that he had more grass than they had themselves. On a night of the nights they went to the fold, and they seized on the stots of Domhnall, and they killed them. When Domhnall rose and went out in the morning to see the stots, he found them dead. He flayed the stots, and he salted them, and he took one of the hides with him to the big town to sell. The way was so long that the night came on him before he reached the big town. He went into a wood, and he put the hide about his head. There came a heap of birds, and they lighted on the hide. He put out his hand, and he seized on one of them. About the brightening of day he went away. He betook himself to the house of a gentleman. The gentleman came to the door, and he asked what he had there in his oxter. He said that he had a soothsayer. "What divination will he be doing?" "He will be doing every sort of divination," said Domhnall. "Make him do divination," said the gentleman. He went and he rung him, and the bird gave a ran. "What is he saying?" said the gentleman. "He says that thou hast a wish to buy him, and that thou wilt give £200 Saxon for him," said Domhnall. "Well, surely. It is true, doubtless, and if I were thinking that he would do divination, I would give that for him," said the gentleman. So now the gentleman bought the bird from Domhnall, and he gave him £200 Saxon for him. "Try that thou do not sell him to any man, and that there is no knowing that I might not come myself to seek him yet. I would not give him to thee for £3,000, Saxon were it not that I am in extremity." Domhnall went home, and the bird did not do a pinch of divination ever after. When he took his meat, he began at counting the money. Who were looking at him but those who killed the stots? They came in. "Ah, Domhnall," said they, "how didst thou get all the money that is there?" "I got it as you may get it too. It's I that am pleased that you killed the stots for me," said he. "Kill you your own stots and flay them, and take with you the hides to the big town and be shouting, 'Who will buy a stot's hide?' and you will get plenty of money." They killed the stots, and they flayed them. They took with them the hides to the big town, and they began at shouting, "Who will buy a stot's hide?" They were at that work the length of the day, and when the people of the big town were tired making sport of them, they returned home. Now they did not know what they should do. They were vexed because of the stots that were killed. They saw the mother of Domhnall going to the well, and they seized on her and they choked her. When Domhnall was taking sorrow, so long was his mother coming, he looked out to try if he could see her. He reached the well, and he found her dead there. He did not know what he should do. Then he took her with him home. On the morrow, he arrayed her in the best clothes she had, and he took her to the big town. He walked up to the king's house with her on the top of him. When he came to the king's house, he met with a large well. He went and he stuck the stick into the bank of the well, and he set her standing with her chest on the stick. He reached the door and he struck at it, and the maidservant came down. "Say to the king," said he, "that there is a respectable woman yonder, and that she has business with him." The maidservant told that to the king. "Say to him to say to her to come over," said the king. "The king is asking thee to say to her to come over," said the maidservant to Domhnall. "I won't go there. Go there thyself. I am tired enough." The maid went up and she told the king that not a bit of the man would go there. "Go there thyself," said the king. "If she will not answer thee," said Domhnall to the maidservant, "thou shalt push her. She is deaf." The maidservant reached where she was. "Good woman," said the maidservant to her, "the king is asking yourself to come over." She took no notice. She pushed her, and she said not a word. Domhnall was seeing how it was without. "Draw the stick from her chest," said Domhnall. "It's asleep she is." She drew the stick from her chest, and there she went, head foremost, into the well. Then he shouted out, "Oh, my cattle, my mother drowned in the well. What shall I do this day?" Then he struck his 2 palms against each other, and there was no howl he gave that could not be heard at 3 miles distance. The king came out. "O my lad, never give it voice forever, and I will pay for thy mother." "How much wilt thou be asking for thy mother?" £500, Saxon, said Domhnall. "Thou shalt get that within the minute," said the king. Domhnall got the 500 Saxon pounds. He went where his mother was, he took the clothes off that were on her, and he threw her into the well. He came home, and he was counting the money. They came, the two, where he was, to see if he should be lamenting his mother. They put a question to him. Where had he got all the money that was there? "I got it," said he, "where you may get it, if you yourselves should choose." "How shall we get it?" "Kill you your mothers, and take them with you on top of you, and take them about the big town, and be shouting, 'Who will buy old dead carlins?' And you get your fortunes." When they heard that, they went home, and each one of them began upon his mother with a stone in a stocking till he killed her. They went on the morrow to the big town. They began at shouting, "Who will buy old Carlin's dead?" And there was no man who would buy that. When the people of the big town were tired making sport of them, they set the dogs at them home. When they came home that night, they lay down and they slept. On the morrow, when they rose, they went where Domhnall was, and they seized on him, and they put him into a barrel. They went with it to reel it down from a peak of rock. They were thus, and they had time about carrying it. The one said to the other, since the way was so long, and the day so hot, that they should go in to take a dram. They went in, and they left him in the barrel on the great road without. He heard a tristric coming, and who was there but the shepherd, and 100 sheep with him? He came down, and he began to play a trump, Jew's harp, which he had in the barrel. The shepherd struck a stroke of his stick on a barrel. "Who's in here?" said he. "It's me," said Domhnall. "What art thou doing in it?" said the shepherd. "I'm making a fortune in it," said Domhnall, "and no man ever saw such a place with gold and silver. I have just filled 1,000 purses here, and the fortune is nearly made." "It's a pity," said the shepherd, "that thou shouldest not let myself in a while. I won't let thee. It is much that would make me. And wilt thou let me in? Mightest thou not let me in for 1 minute? And mightest thou not have enough thyself nevertheless? By the books, poor man, since thou art needful, I will not let thee in. Do thou thyself drive the head out of the barrel and come here, but thou shalt not get leave to be long in it," said Domhnall. The shepherd took the head out of the barrel, and he came out. He seized on the shepherd by the 2 shanks, and he set him head foremost in the barrel. "There is neither silver nor gold here," said the shepherd. "Thou wilt not see a thing till the head goes on the barrel," said Domhnall. "Oh, I don't see a shadow in here," said he. "If thou seest not, so be it with thee," said Domhnall. Domhnall went, and he put on the plaid that the shepherd had, and when he put on the plaid, the dog followed him. Then they came out, and they seized the barrel, and they raised it on their shoulders. They went away with it. The shepherd would say at the end of every minute, "It's me that's in it, it's me that's in it. Oh, it's thou, roguey, belike it's thou." They reached the peak of the rock, and they let down the barrel with the rock and shepherd in its inside. When they returned, whom did they see but Domhnall, with his plaid and his dog and his 100 of sheep with him in a park? They went over to him. "O Domhnall," said they, "how gottest thou to come hither? I got as you might get if you would try it. After that I had reached the world over yonder. They said to me that I had plenty of time for going over there, and they set me over here, and 100 sheep with me to make money for myself. And would they give the like of that to us if we should go there, said they. They would give. It's they that would give, said Domhnall. By what means shall we get going there, said they. Exactly the very means by which you yourselves sent me there, said he. They went, and they took with them 2 barrels to set themselves into up above. When they reached the place, one of them went into one of the barrels, and the other sent him down with the rock. That one gave a roar below, and his brains just after going out with the blow he got. The other one asked Domhnall what he was saying. He's shouting. Cattle and sheep, wealth and profit, said Domhnall. Down with me, said the other one. He did not stay to go into the barrel. He cut a caper down, and the brains went out of him. Domhnall went home, and he had the land to himself.